What's going on, folks? I'm Femi the Agent.
I'm Femi the Realtor.
And here we are on another episode of Sneakers and Real Estate, one of my favorite things that I love to talk about. As you can see, we are taking the show on the road. So last episode we were at our Brooklyn Bank in Brooklyn. Shout out to my guy, Jude Bernard. And today we're at the Range Rover dealer in Monmouth. This is actually where I got my last truck from. But we'll talk about that in a second. Today we're going to be talking about the Jordan 1 utilities. Some people call it Jordan 1 Utility, some people call it Jordan 1 Stash. But this is a really, really dope execution that Brand Jordan put together. You know, for all my old heads, it has a fanny pack on the back. So if you're into fanny packs, you can always wear the fanny pack on the back, or you can take it off and you can actually put the fanny pack on the actual bag that the sneaker comes with. This actually reminds me of the SF1 Air Force Ones that also came with a bag. So you definitely have that same kind of a feel here. But this sneaker is really dope because you have a pouch in the back that actually can hold the Apple headphones or the AirPods. You can put those in here. This actually comes off, like I said before, and the sneaker has the nylon feel, and it seems like they're going for something, you know, like an outdoor type of a feel with this sneaker. Really, really dope sneaker. I haven't worn it yet, as you can see. They are still dead stock. I will be wearing these at some point. But like I said, you can find these online. You can look around from them. Definitely a dope shoe. I think it's something that you definitely need in your arsenal. If you're a sneaker person, you definitely, I think you definitely need these in your life. So I will be wearing these sometime soon, and you'll see a video of that as well. My son is going to be talking about some real estate, what's going on in the market, what the interest rates are looking like. Yeah. And we do have an esteemed guest here, so I don't want to spend too much time on the sneakers, but you definitely need a pair of these in your life.
Yeah. So the market right now, with the 30-year fixes are around 7.25. With the 15 years are around between 6.25 and 6.5, and then for our arm it's around a little bit under 6.5. So still not a bad time to buy. You know, historically stuff is over the 8 rates and 9, so it's still a great time to buy, especially with the weather being nice. You have more time to look around and stuff like that, more freedom. You know, you might have your kids outside of school and stuff like that. You know, once September and October, November, December comes around, it's a little bit harder. You're going to see family, things of that nature. So you definitely want to take advantage of the time you have now, while you still have the flexibility to do so. So still a great time to buy, despite what everybody's saying, everybody going crazy and everything like that. And especially if you're a first-time home buyer, it's definitely great to get your feet wet, go through some trials and tribulations, get the equity, play around with certain things just so you have the experience. So maybe sometime in the future you're going to move around, at least you have some of the knowledge from when you started now. So definitely a great time right now to still move around.
So just like myself said, you definitely want to jump in now. With real estate, historically you watch it, the market goes up and down, it fluctuates, but there's one of two things that's going to happen with real estate. You're either going to be paying your mortgage or you're going to be paying your landlord's mortgage. So you have to look at it and see what makes the most sense for you. For me, I'm always going to say, jump in, buy your own house, be your own landlord, house hack, do whatever you want to do. But once you're in, no one can tell you when to move out. No one can tell you anything. Once you own it, it's basically up to you to do what you have to do to maintain it. So we do have an esteemed guest here. And like I said, we are at the Range Rover dealership. We're here to talk with my man, Charlie Renald.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
I'm excellent.
Good. So for those who have been living under a rock and don't buy Range Rovers, if you buy Range Rovers, you know who this guy is. I don't really want to, I'm going to toot his horn because the guy does a lot. Everybody knows who he is out here. But for those who don't, who is Charlie Renald?
Well, let's see. Charles Renald is basically my name backwards, because a long time in sales, someone told me, keep it simple, stupid. So my first name is Renald, last name is Charles, but I go by Charles because everyone knows a Charles.
See, I just learned something new today, because I thought it was, you gotta keep it simple, right?
Exactly.
Us being in sales, you always want, nothing too gimmicky. Like you said, you just get right to the point, keep it very simple.
Exactly.
Nice. So where were you born and where's your, I guess your background? Where's the family from?
Born in Manhattan, raised in the Bronx, so I feel like, I represent the Bronx all the time.
Okay.
Family is Haitian,
Nice.
mother and father, but I don't speak the language.
At
So
all?
growing up,
Okay.
I was like considered a fake Haitian because I couldn't speak the language,
Right.
but I love the food.
Right.
And obviously mom and dad is from Haiti, so I'm Haitian.
Well, don't feel bad. I'm born in Brooklyn. My parents are from Nigeria. Even though I lived in Nigeria for 8 years, I mean, I speak the language. It's a little bit broken, so they call me a fake Nigerian too, so don't feel bad. But, we take the work ethic that our parents instill in us
Exactly.
for us to be able to do all these different things. Because a lot of people who may not know, what is your title here? You're the manager, right?
I'm a sales manager. yes.
Sales manager. So he's a sales manager, folks, and he's also a real estate agent. The fact that that Haitian descent, we do a lot of different things.
course.
Sometimes we
Gotta
could be
wear
the
a lot of hats.
we wear a lot of hats. We be the sales manager. We could be the guy that changes the oil. We do the real estate. We open and close the buildings. We do a lot of different things.
Exactly.
Nice. So with the real estate, what made you get into real estate?
Always wanted to get into the real estate business as either an agent, an investor, something, because in every successful person's portfolio, they own real estate, right?
Right. That's
Anyone that's making money, if they don't own real estate, do you really make money?
That's true.
So that's why I wanted to get in it.
Nice.
COVID gave me the opportunity to actually become an agent.
Nice.
But prior to that, I purchased homes, I flipped a house. But now, as a real estate agent, I'm in the game
Well, it makes you look at it from a different point of view, a
in a
different lens.
different perspective. Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice. So with all the different things that you've done when it comes to real estate, as far as you being an investor, being an agent, and just some of the other different things, what, I guess, would you say that you like the most about it?
Well,
Or what side of the fence would you say that you like to be on the most?
I would like to be just an investor, realistically.
Right.
But like anything else, you need your working capital. I have a daughter in LSU, so that's expensive.
Nice.
I know work-life balance is important, so I'm trying to juggle life at home, life at the dealership, and life as a real estate agent. So I'm trying to put all those things together. And
How's that working out for you?
my family don't get to see me as much as they want, but they get to go on nice trips. They went to Hawaii without me. They went to
okay.
Singapore without me.
Wow.
I think I kind of funded that. I think.
Yeah, well, this is what we're putting in all that hustle for. I went to Hawaii
Exactly.
before, but they definitely shouldn't have left you behind. You should have, but we get it. That's how it is sometimes.
Exactly.
Nice. Will you be going back to Hawaii since they went without you? Are you gonna try to make a trip up there?
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
We'll figure it out.
Okay, nice. With the market, you said you've been in it now for about 3 years.
About 3 years. So COVID was a different market for everyone.
It
right?
was for everybody.
including the car business.
Right.
So real estate, I think people were leaving the city to go into the suburbs.
Right.
Prices were going crazy because interest rates were low. So
Right.
it was a
It was
buyer,
almost
a
like
seller's
free
market.
market. Free money.
Exactly. It was a seller's market, people getting overaxing. And now I think that has changed to almost a buyer's market.
Right.
Not 100%, but it's getting there
getting
where
there.
deals are changing.
Right.
So the climate is changing.
Right. Well, you being in New Jersey, and myself, I'm out in New York. You said for you, what do you see going on right now with the market? I guess with the interest rates going up, you're still seeing a lot of deals happening, or things are slowing down now, or no
I think
inventory.
Inventory is still limited.
Okay.
So deals aren't as, let's say,
Rampant.
as it was before, but there's still deals to be made.
To be made.
It's just consumers are a little bit more conscious of what they want to do as far as not overbidding, because the rates are now not 3%. Like you
Right.
said, the average is around 7%.
Yeah.
So it's a big difference
It's a
on
big
your
difference.
mortgage.
I think with like you said, with a lot of people, they find now that the rates being a little bit higher, they don't want, I guess, to jump as quickly. They
Exactly.
feel like they have a little bit more time. They don't want to feel like they're just jumping right into something.
Exactly.
Even though you and I both know the rates being 7%. I mean, I tell the story all the time. When I bought my house, the rates at that time was 6%. But due to the fact that I didn't fit the typical mold of a typical buyer, they gave me 8.75.
Wow.
But I dealt with that rate for 6 months, and then I refinanced to 5.75. So I always try to tell people all the time that don't worry so much about the rate. As long as the payment makes sense, get in, get your feet wet, and then you can always refinance at some point.
Right, they say date the rate, Date the rate.
Date the rate, folks. You hear what he's saying?
Date the rate, but buy the house. Because once you're in, anything can change later on, right? If the deal makes sense to you, that's what's the most important thing.
Yeah, that's what I try to tell people all the time. And you use the same analogy when it comes to sales with the cost?
A little different, You're not dating the rate with that, but at the end of the day, if you love the car and you want the vehicle, it's
as
your
long
choice.
as the numbers make sense.
As long as the number makes sense.
Nice.
COVID changed, everything with that because we're in a position where we actually had more inventory than buyers. So you used to see big discounts, rebates from the manufacturer.
Right.
Those things have changed because production slowed down.
Right.
That's why you'll see less deals, quote unquote, but you'll still get the car that you want if you find the right vehicle.
The right vehicle. Do they still have that whole thing that's going on with the where they were talking about the chip shortage? Is that still a thing now?
It's really not a thing.
Okay.
No. But there's still supply issues.
Got it.
Across the board.
Got it. And with the car sales, how long have you been selling cars?
I've been selling cars since '97.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you're an OG vet. I don't even
vet.
know what's the right word. The same thing. My people. I've been doing this 21 years. They call me OG. I don't know if that's a compliment or an insult.
I'll take it as a compliment.
I'll take it as a compliment too. Right? Yeah. Okay. Nice. Okay. And with the car sales, which you were talking about during the pandemic, with the shortages, I guess you can correct me if I'm wrong. I thought that I also saw that you saw certain increases on certain cars at that
as
time.
far as what market prices being
Where,
higher.
yeah, the market prices where the car would be, I guess, let's say for example, the car's $100,000, and you see that they're selling this car over sticker. What's that about? Can you touch on that?
All right. It's like this, and it's not to hurt the consumer in any way, but as a salesperson, right? We're all in sales, right? We're in a position where we need to take care of our families,
Of course.
and
That's why
take
we're
care
doing
of the consumer.
Right.
So if we're in a position where we used to sell 3 or 4 cars and make a certain amount of money, but because production was pushed back, and now you can only sell one. How can you make up the difference from the other 3?
Right.
So those other 3 cars that you're not able to sell, unfortunately, that price goes up. Just like supermarket prices, right? Milk costs more.
Right.
Cows are still around, right? But
Milk and eggs. I remember
Milk and
seeing
eggs, right?
people talking about eggs the other day, and it was a thing where like you said, the prices of the eggs and the milk just went through the roof.
Exactly.
Wow.
They call that inflation, right?
It is inflation. I mean, with everything that goes on, even you think about it, we go to the barbershop. Something as simple as you and I go to the barbershop. We used to, and you're Haitian and I'm Nigerian. Don't judge us, folks. We were paying $5 or $10 for a haircut.
Exactly.
Now sometimes you go and that's $30, $40. Right?
Exactly. I heard someone's charging $1,000 for a haircut.
I saw that online too. You saw that, right?
What's that all about? Don't cut my hair for $1,000.
Yeah. No, I don't need a haircut that bad. Let me put the bowl on my head and I'm gonna figure it out. I'm not paying you $1,000 for a haircut.
No.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, we understand. With everything, like you said, there's inflation to a certain degree.
Exactly.
Okay. And with you having having a family, doing the real estate, and also selling cars, how do you navigate and how do you find balance?
I try. It's difficult, but you just have to have certain days set out in your calendar that, listen, this is what I'm going to do that day. We're going to go here. We're going to spend time together as far as family's concerned, but just building your whole day, waking up as early as 5 o'clock. That's how early I wake up in the morning.
Okay.
Just to try to put things together to do both real estate and sales as far as the automobile business, because that's my bread and butter.
Right.
I would love to be in real estate full time like yourself.
Right.
And that is the future plan. But right now I'm trying to
That's
make
easy
it all
for you.
work.
Listen, you with the clientele that you have from car sales, I think as long as you tap into that as much as you can and do right by people, I think with anything that you're doing, once you're a person that's working and you're a person of integrity, it makes it easy for whatever else that you're doing. That's what I find, because I'm one of those people, like I said, I'm doing this 21 years. So for me, the same thing with car sales. Your name is all you have.
Exactly.
And once you're doing right by people, they feel like anything that you're involved in, they want to be involved in because they know that the type of integrity that you come from and how you operate.
Excellent. And that's the case. I'm definitely maneuvering people from the car sales to real estate sales. So
nice.
that whole thing is full circle.
Nice. You had a question?
Yeah, so you like manage people here as well? Or?
Yes, yes. So as a sales manager, I have a sales team that I try to motivate and give them my story and try to help them close deals, because at the end of the day, when they sell cars, it makes everyone happy.
Yeah.
That's true. How many people do you have that you're managing here? And also, how many people are you managing when it comes to real estate?
Real estate, I'm managing myself.
Okay, so it makes it a little bit easier.
Exactly. But as far as the sales team here, it's 9 of us.
9. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. How do
But
you?
I also have, a support team. I have a co-manager that works with me.
Nice.
We have the general manager. We have a whole. So the sales business here is actually a lot more fluid with a lot more steps in it. Where real estate is all on me.
Well, it starts and stops with you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So would you ever be interested in, I guess, I know you said you wanted to be more so of like an investor with real estate, but would you ever consider maybe like getting a broker's license and having a team and managing them as well, like as far as I know you do with the cars now?
Later on down the line, of course. When things change, I'm open. I'm not. It's like I think Bruce Lee said, you gotta be like water, right?
Yeah.
So it's fluid.
Right.
Yeah.
Nice. What are your thoughts on the real estate market now compared to when you got started?
I think it's a little better now because at least on the deals that I was trying to do initially, I was getting outbid on a lot of homes because
We were
people
all
were
running
just
into that.
going crazy.
They were going crazy.
Exactly. So now I think the real buyers are out, people that know what they want. So I think it's a better market for me personally.
Okay. Yeah, back then, like you said, when you got started 2 or 3 years ago, I had situations where I was getting outbid, like you said, the same as you. And I'm talking $150,000 over asking, and we were still getting outbid. I actually had a situation with a buyer that we put a deal in contract. Listen to this. The seller got an offer so high that they wanted to pay the buyer $50,000 to walk away from the deal.
Wow.
Have you ever heard of anything
Never
like
heard
that?
of that. Never
Yeah,
heard of
so it got to a point where it was just insane.
Yeah.
They were, and the seller looked at it as, okay, I can give this buyer $50,000 to walk away from the deal, still sell it to this person, make X amount of money over ask, and everybody should be happy. And that's how bad it had gotten. But like you said, right now, I think I wouldn't really say lack of inventory. I mean, up in Long Island, Queens, it's not as much inventory as it was maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. But I think for anybody that's looking now, even though the interest rates are higher, you can take your time a little bit because you don't have as many people that are looking after that same house.
Exactly.
Well, you don't have, now, I mean, I would say maybe like 2 years ago, you had 25 to 50 people that wanted one particular house, but there's only one house for one person.
Exactly.
So, but you said now in your market, it's also at slowed down.
It slowed down a little bit, but again, I believe the real buyers are here, and because these people aren't overbidding on things that don't really have that value, because that $150,000 extra or whatever it was the house actually
Even worth it.
that?
Right.
So.
But how did you guys, because in New York for us, I don't know how it works in New Jersey, and maybe you can correct me. In New York, if it didn't appraise for that number that they were paying for,
You have to pay cash.
you would have to pay the difference out of pocket. right?
Exactly.
Yeah, especially
That's
if you wanted the house.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's the same kind of a. Okay.
Same situation.
Wow. Okay. Wow. What would be your advice to new agents that are starting out now that want to get into the business?
I think,
Charlie, I see you doing it. I see you're successful. I want to do the same thing.
just like anything else, there's no such thing as an overnight success,
Thank
right?
you.
You might look and see somebody and think, hey, I could do the same thing, but you have to put time in it.
Right.
It's time in the market, any market, even real estate,
Cars, whatever.
anything. You have to be in it to win it. You can't just pop in and overnight you're a success.
But you know what the problem is? I think now for a lot of guys or anybody that's younger than me, with social media and just with the internet, everybody's looking for that instant gratification.
Exactly.
And the way that everybody puts everything out online, everybody only sees they only see when you're winning. They don't see the parts where you have those sleepless nights.
Exactly.
Where you put a deal together, you put 2 or 3 deals together and they all fall apart at the same time. They don't see that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No,
So
no
you're-
one shows that.
No one shows that. Well, that's not
Exactly.
sexy, right?
No, it's not at all.
Yeah, that's why no one talks about it. But that's the reality of what we're dealing with, especially when you're in a business, like you said, and you want to be successful at it, that is part of it.
100%. Yeah, it's the long term.
Yeah.
Long term.
And just like he said, folks, there's no overnight success. Anybody that I know that's successful in any line of business that they're doing is usually 10 years in the making. So you definitely have to put in that time. Don't think that, you were doing something for 1 year, it didn't work out. Anybody that follows me, you guys know when I started real estate, I sold one house my first year. And, yes, I was frustrated just like everybody else, but the thing that I said to myself was, there's a lot of people that are doing this business that are very successful at it. I just have to try to find a way to align myself with those people. So, never give up, and, you just have to continue at it. You have to be someone that has tough skin, whatever sales that you're doing, whether it's real estate or cars. Don't take rejection and feel like that's the end of the world. Just know that is part of, it's part of the game.
Part of the game.
Right. And since we are talking about sneakers, we are on sneakers or real estate. Are you a sneakerhead?
I can't say I'm a sneakerhead, but obviously I love sneakers. You know, Nike is my brand.
Okay.
I know you're a Jordan guy.
Yes, I am.
All right. The first 7, I'm cool with.
The first 7, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
2 is a little shaky, but the first 7.
Okay. Well, two doesn't get too much love. Yeah, a lot of people, they're trying to do a lot of things with the 2s.
Yeah.
They're putting a lot of special leather on it, and it's still just not, 2 doesn't get that much love.
No, but after 7, they lost.
It's a little questionable for
me.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was one of those guys old enough to get them not retro.
Right.
I got them when they first came out.
When they first came out?
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But I like the fly, what's they called? Fly knit.
Yeah.
Those are
dope.
Yeah, those are the ones I like. So they're comfortable.
Okay.
Come in different colors. So if you see me, that's what I'm wearing.
That's what when you're out and about. That's your shoe. Okay. Nice. What would be your? I guess if we're talking sneakers, what's like your top 5 in your arsenal?
So the Air Max.
Air Max. Okay.
Air Vapor Max.
Okay, I got a couple
those,
pairs of those.
Those right there.
Okay.
Then the 90s Air Max.
Right.
I like Bo Jacksons.
Okay.
All right.
They're just retro those. I think they're bringing out another pair.
Exactly. The orange.
Yes.
And I think the blue ones.
The orange Bo Jacksons was everything.
They're everything.
That was
exactly.
a staple. Yeah.
Do you know who Bo Jackson is?
Right. Bo knows, folks.
Exactly.
Bo did everything. Okay. Google him. He played baseball and football. So yeah, he was probably Haitian too, because he did a lot of different things, right?
In this game, I'm Bo Jackson. You know what I mean?
Thank you. See,
real estate.
Yes.
Cars. Bo Jackson.
There you go. There you go.
So that was 3, and then obviously Jordan.
Right.
Like that would be 4, and number 5.
Are you a Yeezy guy?
Nah,
Okay.
never really got into that.
Don't feel bad. I'm not either.
Okay.
And it just had it's nothing to do with him. I'm more of I like Adidas, but I like the NMDs. Those are more comfortable. My son is more a Yeezy guy.
Okay.
I never really.
If it was Adidas, it would be Shell Toes.
Oh, you're Shell Toes. Okay, yeah. You're old school guy.
I'm old school. I'm
Okay.
like 80s hip hop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a 74. We're 70s babies. Kind of
Exactly.
showing my age, but
72.
Yeah, I'm 74. So Charlie and I, this is why we mesh. This is why
Exactly.
This is why we connect. Nice. You have any other questions for him?
No, I was gonna say the schedule thing. Do you have anything set up like that you want to take time to maybe prospect more or get heavier into real estate, or when you wake up it's cars 7 days a week, or
No,
do you have anything dedicated?
I dedicate my Sunday and Tuesday to real estate completely, but every morning I try to wake up, like I said, I wake up around 5 o'clock, and I would listen to something from someone talking about real estate,
Nice.
because I want to get my mind into that, because that's the car business. I can do that in my sleep, and I basically am doing it in my sleep.
Well, you've been doing it so long, so it's easy. It's almost like you have it on autopilot in a sense.
Exactly. So the real estate business is something I'm trying to really crack that code to get into a position like yourself.
That for you is going to be easy. I think, like I said, with everything that you've been doing, for us, from the backgrounds that we come from, everything that our parents instilled in us as far as the work ethic, because you already have that, it makes it easy to be able to do everything else.
Yes.
It's funny enough, we're in New Jersey right now doing this podcast, but I'm at a function in Brooklyn. I turn around, who do I run into? Charlie. So that right there, he's out here for real. So, a lot of people say they're outside. They're not really outside. Charlie's outside. But, anybody that you see that's moving around, networking at different events, it just lets you know that, you know, they are really serious about their craft. They're really serious about what they do. And, you know, it tells a lot about a person. Like I said, anybody that has any sort of integrity, it's very easy for you to move around freely, for you to go to a lot of different places and a lot of different events. And, you know, people are going to, you know, welcome you with open arms. And it's now easy for you now to, you know, plug all the different things that you're doing, you know, whether it be car sales, whether it be real estate, whether it be selling shoes, whether it be selling clothes, whatever you're doing. Just always, you know, try to be mindful of that, and, you know, never be afraid to go outside your comfort zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So your advice, like I said, to anybody that's starting out now, or anybody that wants to get into, let's say, even car sales, what would be your advice to them?
Just be consistent with it, because if you're thinking that you're going to come into the business and make a whole lot of money, you're going to have a rude awakening.
Right.
But in the long term, it will work out. It will.
You just have to be consistent.
Consistent.
Stay the course, right?
Stay the course.
Nice. Okay. Anything you want to leave the folks with?
I got an open house this Sunday
There you go.
in Oceanport. Come see me.
Okay. How much is the house?
$799.
$799. Okay. How many bedrooms, baths?
3 bedrooms, 2.5 bath, garage, 2-car garage. Nice area. You'll come see me.
Come see him. Okay. And what's the best way for anybody to reach you if they're looking to either buy a car or buy a house?
Check me out on Instagram. It's Charlie ESQ. So Charlie Esquire. That's me.
Okay.
That's all my social media handles.
Okay. Easiest, you know, like I said, my last car came from his dealership, and, you know, him and I are sitting here now,
You got the
you know.
brand new Range Rover, the new body style?
We got the new body stuff. Yeah.
The new body style.
New
He was
body
on the
style.
waiting list for a short period of time. Just
Yeah.
a short period of time.
Yeah. I'm on my 5th one, so, you know, I'm a Range Rover nut. But if you're looking to buy a car, you definitely need to hook up with this man. I've sent him a lot of people that are looking to buy. You know, very straightforward. You guys know with this car thing, some guys are straightforward and some guys are trying to play a lot of different games. Charlie's very straightforward, very straight to the point. You're looking to order your car. You know, you have to wait a little bit because the Range Rovers are very high in demand right now, but it's the nature of the business. But definitely check this man out. You know, he's doing a real estate thing. He's doing the car sales. So definitely, you know, definitely hook up with him. When it comes to real estate, if you are looking to buy, you're looking to sell, you can reach out to me or you can reach out to my son, 917-337-3727. We cover Brooklyn, Queens, and Long Island. And Charlie right here is my man for Jersey. All my Jersey contacts and referrals go to him. So definitely reach out to either one of us. We do have merch for sale, so if you're looking for hoodies and hats, we got that as well. We're trying to do a little bit of everything, folks. So we appreciate all the support. Everybody stay safe and have a great day.